And today we're going to start with Stevi Carr, the founder of Wise Wellness Guild, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her journey.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm really grateful to be a part of Startup Cincy Week. The ecosystem here in Cincinnati is one that is really exciting and growing, and I really believe that we can be the center of health innovation. And with Wise Wellness Guild, this is really empowering women to step into their place and step into their wellness journey to be able to do and lead these types of endeavors. So a little bit about me and my background. I'm Stevi Carr, founder and CEO of Wise Wellness Guild, a platform aimed at advancing women through whole self wellness. We aim to help women achieve peak performance and avoid burnout. And this has just been an incredible journey for me, going from being a corporate warrior to being a founder here in the Midwest. I was achieving at the highest levels of success, really trying to achieve at, the growing as a corporate leader and gaining awards along the way and being able to travel globally, growing my family and being surrounded by an incredible community of support. But something wasn't right for me. I found that I wasn't feeling connected to my values, and I was truly burnt out. I had an incredible childhood growing up here in Cincinnati, and as I grew and became an adult woman, I realized how challenging life really is. And it's not about balancing things, it's about really trying to find a way to live into your purpose and be decisive about the direction you want to be, being a little bit unapologetic and probably a little audacious. I'm not alone. There's over 3 million women who have left the workforce in the pandemic. 74% of women say that they're stressed. And women who work outside of the home say that they're 23% more likely to feel stressed than anyone else. Whole self-wellness for women isn't just a workforce issue. It's an economic issue. It's an equity issue. We know that when women leave the workforce, they further widen the wealth gap. We know that for every dollar that a white man makes, 32 cents goes to every dollar that a white man owns, 32 cents of that is owned by a white woman. And if you're a black woman or a Latina woman, you own 1 penny of that. Women leaving the workforce isn't going to help solve that issue. At Wise Wellness Guild, we're aiming to shift from work-life balance to work-life integration, helping to support women and minority-owned businesses in the pursuit of advancing women in corporate experiences. What is whole self-wellness, you ask? I get this question a lot. It's certainly not yoga or a smoothie. It's not having that 1 glass of wine in a bathtub that shows that rich white woman at the end of the day. It's about integrating occupational and financial wellness, understanding the role of that in our lives and what that takes to be able to understand the root cause of some of the challenges that are happening in our workforce. It's about understanding that corporations can't solve these issues alone. When you look at our approach to Wise Wellness Guild and how we do this, we look at corporate objectives and understanding that retention and recruitment is a huge issue right now. We're looking at how we can leverage a consortium of small women and minority-owned businesses to help to support corporate strategies and allowing for people to connect more closely to key opinion leaders in their regions. We have the audacious idea that small business and local wellness businesses can truly transform health and wellness in this country. Let's take a look at why. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be surprising. We're just under half of the US GDP. When you look left and you look right at the things and decisions that you're making, you're the average of the 5 people around you. You're more likely to ask your tax person who to go to for your dentist. You're more likely to call up your girlfriend and ask where's the best place to deliver here in the city. So why wouldn't you listen to these people? And we really believe that this is how we're going to drive more important change for all. We know that if corporations and our communities can invest in small businesses, we know that we can really drive change. If every US household invested just $10 a month, we could redistribute over $9 billion back into the U.S. economy. 68 of every $100 that's made by local businesses actually goes back into the communities. And local business is great for the environment as well. We know that if you invest in local businesses, that we can actually avoid 1 billion metric tons of carbon emissions going back into our atmosphere. There's a few amazing partners that we've had in our 2 years of existence as Wise Wellness Guild that I just wanted to highlight that are really stepping into this space. Fifth Third Private Bank, Carr, the Christ Hospital Health Network, the Wellness Experience by Kroger. We're fortunate to partner with over 322 businesses across 33 states and 6 countries. It's been magnificent to have the opportunity to connect with each and every one of them, and our growth isn't stopping. We've launched a wellness platform that we call the Wise Wellness Marketplace that is an opportunity to create these consortiums in every state across the country. We're on MVP 3, so we've been iterating. But the idea here is that we take vetted partners and allow for our corporate and consumer partners to be able to check things out. And understand that wellness doesn't have to be difficult, and wellness can be for everyone. We're really trying to create an incredible platform for women and minority-owned businesses to sit amongst our corporate partners and help support them. We also know that investing in our communities means investing in our entrepreneurs. This one sits so closely to my heart, I can't even stand it. It's the opportunity to understand that as an entrepreneur, we go at this so much alone. And we need to be able to do this together in a way that can help support. So that's what Wise is. We're a platform to help amplify in the marketplace, amplify through content, and help to be able to create those connections and opportunities for corporations. We also know that investing in small businesses, it requires a really deep level of insight in wellness. And so we do this through a couple of different ways. We do this through a 100-point wellness assessment. So anyone, but especially entrepreneurs, if you're a small business member, you're welcome to do this. It's our 100-point wellness assessment that it layers demographic, psychographic, and behavioral social determinants of health data for you to be able to go in and understand your wellness baseline. What's your root issue that's driving that inability to sleep? Is it what you're eating? Is it your stress level at work? Is it your connection to the vision for your life? So that's completely free, and it's powered by Cloverleaf, an incredible organization that you're going to hear about a little bit later today. We also connect with some of our partners to be able to deliver for small businesses like the Christ Hospital Health Network. You can call Easy Care Concierge, and they will put you in touch with any health and wellness resource in the entire city. This is completely free of charge, but we're just trying to make investing in yourself easier. So you can pick up the phone, talk to Nurse Janet. She's amazing. She's like your best little great aunt on this earth. And she's incredibly knowledgeable about so many different things in health and wellness and beyond. So what I'm asking you to do today is just consider a couple of things. If you are an entrepreneur or a startup, I encourage for you to think about your why. Why are you connecting with the work that you're doing? What is the work that you're doing and how are you achieving it? But also, how are you investing in your whole self-wellness? How are you taking care of yourself so you can care for others? If you're an investor or someone interested in investing in the startup community, like a corporate partner or someone from venture capital, I highly encourage for you to consider what social impact looks like. It doesn't always have to be about, investing billions of dollars. It can be about just making better choices and looking at how the businesses that are in your backyard are truly the ones driving change. Thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Stevi. I love that you decided to really take a leap and build a business based around women's health. It's truly needed, and it's a space that I love to see you in. I know that you used to have a corporate background. I would love to learn a little bit more about that leap you took from corporate to startup, and what do you think your biggest challenge was in that?
Sure. So I think that my leap from corporate to startup, I learned so much about myself and really what I'm driven by. I love to lead and I love to grow people. But what I have found in growing a startup is you can't always have the ability to grow your team along the way. It's about finding some people who are truly experts and being able to put them into those roles. And I think I really took that for granted when I was at Procter & Gamble. I mean, I was surrounded by, I have the most incredible team now with the most incredible heart, but it was really about finding what they were really good at and letting them loose versus trying to train them for something else. And I would say that the other thing that I really learned is that I can tend to be somewhat of a perfectionist. In my background, I'm very data-driven. I like to have all of the information at hand. And part of the challenge with a startup is it requires iteration after iteration, and you will never have all of the information that you need. So much about being a female founder, one of the biggest gifts that I feel like I have is that I go from intuition. And I feel like that's something that has really paid out for me whenever I feel like it's not right. And every time that I've gone after something that has gone against my intuition, it has failed so miserably. And I have found that there's no amount of data or science that I can put behind that as a founder now, that I've really had to let loose some of those constructs that I had as a corporate individual. I think that the third thing for me is just learning to be okay with this discomfort of not knowing. You aren't going to know what's going to happen even in the next, I used to work on 5-year glide paths, 10-year glide paths at P&G, and not even knowing 6 months. I mean, in the matter of 2 months, I went from a brick and mortar concept that was going to have a clubhouse to having nothing because of a global pandemic. And that pivot, that I realized that about myself, that I'm very much a fighter, roll up my sleeves, just go and try new things and iterate. And I'm really proud to say that, I really feel like that's how I kind of knew that was my badge of honor when I left corporate America, that I knew, okay, you're supposed to be here. You're not an imposter. You're not a fraud. Like, you kind of figuring it out as you go. So I feel like after 2 years, I'm working my way through how to maybe know how to talk corporate speak and language and understand their needs, but also being able to translate that to support other people that maybe didn't have that background and experience.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Stevie. I think you're a true champion in seeing what it's like to truly take that leap. And I think you're right. Focusing on your intuition is always going to be the best way. So trust your gut, guys.
Yes.